Hello, welcome to Boardgames with Niramas. I'm Joseph and I'm here today with Drako and
Andreas and Mats.
And today it's time to do the end of the top 100 list. So we're going to do top 10 basically, the top 10 games of all times. And of course it's much more fun to do this with my friends here from my gaming group. So, you know, Drako and me, we decided to invite them again this year. Even though last year when we did this, the game quality wasn't that great, but this year Drako will be giving some input on how he sees our picks. I think he's going to be very critical of my picks as well, so you don't need to worry. So, and we're also thinking that we should do a sort of, let's say that I start and then we go all the way down, and then Mats, you will go back again, so it gets more.
Sounds good.
Yeah. We're gonna have two times Mats at the same time. Well, you're always going to be in the middle.
I'm fine.
Yeah,
it's okay.
So, speaking of last year, how has the list changed? Has there been any major improvements or changes?
Maybe. Let's see. We played a lot of games this year, so that's good. 4 games from my last year's top 10 has moved out of the top 10.
Okay.
So there will be 4 new games at least.
That's exciting.
So spoiler there. Yeah, and for me, I have 6 new games on the list.
6 new games?
Yeah, this is the 4th time I'm on the
list. It's the 4th time.
And previously I had 2 or 3 games.
Because 2016 we just did the top 10.
Yeah.
Me and Andreas and Lucas, I think it was.
Yeah.
And then the year after that I did a top 50, and then Keith was in on the top 10 with us. And then last year it was top 100 for the first time, and then Mats joined for the top 10. And now it's fun to just keep the same gang going and see how it changes over the years. So I have 1 new game on the top 10, and well, if you've been watching the whole top 100, if you haven't, you can go back after this, of course, and check those. But as you've seen, there's been a bunch of games that has been dropping down for me. I had 32 games totally in the top 100 that was new. Not always new, but they were new for the top 100. Some sort of 150 maybe spot moved up a little bit and made it into the top 100. I think the biggest move we had was the Flamme Rouge, which I played with you guys.
50 spots or something?
Oh, it was like 80, I think.
80 spots.
Like 160 to, I don't know, like 50 something.
Yeah.
No, 60, 70, I don't know. You can go back and check that, of course. But so, Drako is excited. He has his Christmas suit on. He has his little Christmas tree as well. He's so excited. You know,
we are all
happy with that.
We have all
and
t-shirts.
You're representing. I am not, though. I'm trying to stay a bit neutral because, I mean,
civilian.
There's too many Drakos in the room already, I think. So, yeah, let's get going and start with number 10. So I'm going to start off with number 10. And number 10 is Anachrony. I was almost in the same spot last year. I think it was maybe number 9 or number 11, something like that. I think it was in the top 10.
Yeah.
So Anachrony is one of those games that I don't play that much. I don't play it that often, but I love it when I play it. I think it's so much fun.
Have you played it this year?
Yes, I have.
You have?
In solo mode. I haven't played it with other people this year. I think last year I played it like 2 times or something. And it's kind of weird because I do want to play it, but it is a bit, not fiddly, but there's a lot of components, there's a lot of stuff. And to teach it to new people takes some time to get into the whole system. So I would like to play it with people that know it well, or know it at my level at least. But I don't.
But then you have to introduce it.
Yeah, then I have to introduce it, and it's not like we play it that often. And but I think you haven't played it, right? No.
I haven't tried it. I would love to try it, though. I think some lot of interesting mechanisms where you borrow from yourself in the future, and you have to. It seems like a very interesting mechanism.
Right? Yeah, different type of worker. It's a worker placement game, and different type of workers. So if you can send like anyone to the mine. But if you send the whatever he's called, the miner or whatever, the builder guy, then he will come back being ready and to go out again. If you send like the engineer is his name. If you send a scientist over there, then he will do the same work, but he will come back exhausted. He will have to pay water, which is like the main resource of the game, in order to sort of give him breakfast or give him a shower in the morning or whatever it represents, so that he becomes ready. And that's the sort of can be quite costly. To get your workers back. I love that system when the workers come back and they're exhausted, and then you get them ready again. But if you send them out to the main city in those little cool suits. If you just send them on your own board when you start building buildings, then you can send them to your own board to do actions, and then they often they come back being ready. So it's really thematic. Time travel is one of my favorite themes or occurrences in TV shows or movies. I love time travel as an idea. It's so exciting. And yeah, so I can really recommend Anachrony. If you haven't checked it out, go check it out. And there's a video of it, of course, on the channel. And all of these games that we're going to mention today either have a video or I will link to Board Game Geek. So you can check down after you watch the video, you can see all of them there. So that was my number 10. Now let's go to Andreas. I'm so excited to see what he has here.
The excitement.
He's being sneaky about it.
Yeah, so my number 10 this year is a game that has been on the list before. 3 years ago maybe.
Has it come back?
It has come back.
Okay.
And it's a game that you don't like as much.
Okay. Oh yeah, I know what it is.
And it's the designer is Rudiger Dorn. It's Istanbul.
Yeah.
So Istanbul made it back to the list. Played it, I think 5 times this year, and every time I play it, I have a blast playing it. It's one of the games I'm not so good at it yet. I don't know why really. My wife is pretty good at it. So it's one of the games that we play often because she likes it, because she's very good at it. It has 2 good expansions. Played with both expansions in the game at the same time. It's called Grand Bazaar. It's amazing. The game is.
I think there's too many icons that you like.
Yeah, but like
iconography that you need to learn and get into. But
it's.
I guess if you learn it, then it's not a problem. So
I think it's less than in Anachrony.
Oh yeah, maybe.
So if you compare to other games, so the base game is very fast. It takes like 40 minutes or something. But
it's a racing game.
Yeah, but
in a sense.
but with expansion, it's a full length game. It takes 90 minutes or something. So
I'm so bad at it. I think that's why I don't like it, because I don't get I can't think in the right way to.
Yeah, and I always get trapped in the I want to build an engine thing.
Yeah, exactly, and it's like I like that.
You shouldn't do that.
I do like that it's not about points. It's whoever gets to the goal first is the winner. I like that kind of games in general.
Yeah, I think it's good for us to play it every now and then, so we learn how to.
Yeah, we should do that.
How to do that.
I like it too. It's a good.
Yeah, you like
good
it?
Temp, yeah. Like the mechanisms in the game.
Yeah.
So it's pretty cool. Okay, so it's my number 10, and my number 10 is a game that was released at Essen last year.
Okay.
I really wanted to have it on the list last year as well, but that was due to the restrictions of
it was
Essen and so on. I couldn't.
Exactly, the deadline.
But my number 10 is Architects of the West Kingdom.
Okay.
Worker placement game. I think I love the where you're stimulated to put as many workers in one location, but someone else can come and grab them and arrest them and put them in prison. I think that's good mechanism in the game, where you can sort of you want to put invest more in that place, but also you're a big risk if you do so. So
I only tried it once, and then I just wanted to arrest everyone because that was a fun thing to do, and it didn't turn out that well points-wise. So
I haven't played it yet.
Oh no, you have to play it then.
Is that the second game, or
it's the second game in?
No,
it's the first game in the West Kingdom series. So the Paladins was released, which also is a great game.
I want to try the Paladin game.
That's a really good game.
I heard that it's really multiplayer solitaire, and I like.
But Raiders of the North, isn't that the same?
That's like the first series, the North Sea series.
Right.
But it's the same designer and artwork and all that. I think so.
So there's a new expansion coming now. Being released in March, I think.
And there's a third game coming as well, right?
Yes, I saw some first pictures of it now. So it's a rumor that's going to merge Paladins and Architects in one game as well.
Okay.
So let's see what happens.
I like that they are like innovative with. I really like the Raiders of the North Sea, as you saw in my. It's in my top 20, as you saw last video. Andreas doesn't like that. I really like that because it's like you place a work and then you pick up. I like that stuff, and the same goes with the other games as well. They are trying to do some new things, new twists to already established mechanisms in the board game world.
Yeah, I think even with Paladins, I think there some cool new things in. It's more action selection and worker placement, but there's you can bounce and you can do all kinds of stuff.
It looks fun.
And so let's head over to number 9.
Yeah.
And my number 9,
do you know it by heart?
Is yes, I do. I just checked. You don't have to look. No, it's also a new game. that entered my list, but it's the oldest game on my list.
All right.
It's German designer. No,
There is a bunch.
I know. Yeah. No, this is Castles of Burgundy.
Oh, okay. It's not that old.
It's 2011.
Oh, yeah. That's
So it's
somewhat old. Yeah, maybe.
In the board game world, I guess it's fairly old after a year.
Really good game.
It's a fantastic game, I
Yeah,
think.
I approve of this choice.
Good. No,
Reckless thumbs up.
I enjoy Stefan Feld's games most.
Yeah.
Most of them. But this is the one I played maybe the most, so I really found the depth in it. Compared to, I played a bunch of others, but only once, so I can't really make a judgment. But this one I played maybe 20 times.
Yeah.
It's a really good game, I think.
And they just released, I talked about this in my last video, but they just released at Essen, they released the sort of, they didn't even call it deluxe version. It's just like this, they call it the same thing again.
The anniversary?
No,
something?
nothing like that. It's just like Castles of Burgundy.
2019.
But it has all the expansions, which is kind of cool.
Did you pick it up?
No, I didn't. But I actually, I was gonna say I played it, but I didn't play it. But I talked about it together with Stefan Feld, which was really cool. And the funny thing was, when we were standing there looking at it, he told me that it was the first time he saw the new production as well.
Really?
On the table there in the demo room, sort of. Yeah. And yeah, well, I in some ways I was really excited about it. At the same time, when you looked at it at the table, at least I have some pictures of it in my SN on Facebook. It kind of looked like the same. There was some changes in the artwork, and like it's not the super thin tokens anymore. No, it's a little bit thicker. Yeah,
so I got it. So it's a bit thicker, but
you got the new one.
Yeah, I wouldn't say that it's improved. Iconography is still very, very bad.
It's still, it's like.
So I don't know what they did with that.
Yeah,
the game board is better because it's not that little.
I also heard that there's some misprints in it, so they had to like. It's so weird.
Yeah.
But
the game is good.
The game is fantastic. The game is fantastic. The gameplay, yeah. And I mean, I don't mind really the old one because the gameplay is so good.
I have it as well.
Yeah.
Do you have you played the expansions or any expansions?
Some
only
the
changing game boards or the.
But if you have the new one, we have to play it. Yeah. There's like a river expansion, I think.
Yep.
That looks really cool.
It's a solo mode as well in the new one.
Oh, wow. Okay, yeah, we have to look that up. So let's finish this off quickly here.
Right.
All right.
I'll go get it then, sure.
Andreas, what is your number 9? Andreas has to check every time because he forgets it.
I'm nervous.
It's a goldfish memory.
Yeah, it's so nervous.
My number 9 was number 20 last year. I did top 20 last year. I think you enjoy this game a lot. Okay. It's The Pursuit of Happiness.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
The game is so good on so many different levels.
I agree.
The theme is excellent. The decision space is also very good. Perhaps there are better worker placement games around. I don't know.
Yeah, the worker placement isn't that exciting in it.
No, but it's a resource conversion game. Yeah. You take these resources to do something else, whatever. But the game is...
the theme makes a lot of it, though.
Yeah.
I mean, it was my number 14, I think. So.
All right. Yeah.
It's very close.
I played it once too. I liked it, but I only played it once yet, so I have to play it a few more times. But I think.
But then you went to space, right? As a
I died early. No, yeah, I spent to space and I died early. So.
There's so much fun in this.
It's one of the games where you like care about what you actually do.
I don't like to play that game as a. I want to know what you're doing on your turn because it's exciting. It's fun with the story developing. Yeah. And these weird choices in life, and how sometimes you actually it sort of fits together.
Yeah.
Last time we played, I had something where my guy went like out clubbing a lot, and then he went to get divorced. And he had like a vacation fling. Yeah. And it was like.
I think one of the people around the table had two were in two relationships at once.
Oh yeah, that's cool. You can do that.
So like you can have projects, you can have work, you can have relationships, and everything you do. Like if you have too much of something, you get stress level, and if you are too stressed, you can't do as much. So your workers you have less workers. So it's great.
Yeah, your workers represent time basically.
Yeah, and there's a community expansion I got I think last year or something. It's really great where you can. Yeah. Do stuff in the community to help people, whatever. I think at one point someone did something brave in the community and died.
Oh yeah, like
was that you?
Put out the fire or something like that. Yeah.
And you died.
Yeah.
Like you did it when you were
So thematic.
very old.
Yeah.
So I'm eagerly waiting for the new expansion. Should have arrived. I think it's should come in
Was it
any
released
day.
Essen or?
Yeah, it was at Essen.
Yeah, so
But,
I backed
it.
it.
Yeah, you backed it on
so
Kickstarter.
it should come any moment. I think it's called Experiences,
Yeah.
or something like that. And you have a dream board. I haven't looked it up.
No, but it looked cool. I saw it on Essen.
Yeah. So that is my number 9.
Okay, so from the pursuit of happiness to the pursuit of trying to survive in a civil war, in this war of mine, which is my number 9. Very depressive compared to the pursuit of happiness. There's no laughing going on in this game. Well, it actually is. When I played this, I played it a bunch with Martin. It's one of those co-op games that me and Martin can play together for some reason, and we sort of laughed. So it's like this dark humor. So when we went into you read his story snippets. So when I read to Martin like, oh, you're going to this room and this guy has hanged himself. Do you want to?
And then you laugh.
Do you want to grab his stuff from his pockets or do you want to just leave? That's the choices you get. And then Martin's like, oh no, I think we should leave. And then we sort of started laughing for some reason about when we could have grabbed the stuff. You know, it's just such a weird.
He doesn't need it anyways, or
yeah, something like that. It's actually interesting because today I was in a discussion with some people about what is art and what does art mean to different people. And I actually brought up this War of Mine as an example of a art in board game where this. They created something that is more than just a game. It's not just a game about winning or about getting points. It's an experience, and it makes you start think, sort of. I mean, we live in Sweden, and in Sweden we have been very supportive of helping out refugees and so on. Mm. And in this War of Mine, you really get like an insight to how it could be to be a civilian in a war and how terrible everything is. Yeah. And I think that could raise some awareness or some understanding for actually how. Well, it makes you think. Like after you play the game, you start thinking about it. The day after, you can start thinking about, like, it was the same because it's a PC game to start off with from Steam. And when I played that a bunch a few years ago when it came out, it actually affected me a bit because I started like, I mean, it has this. Effect. It's the same in the board game, but in the computer game, it really materializes more that since you're a civilian, you can find an AK-47, but you're not good at handling it. So the mouse is gonna be shaky, and so on. So it's not this you can kill everyone and get away with it, because if you just start killing people, your character is gonna get depressed and have moral thoughts about what did they do, and they might even they might die in the end because they got so depressed. So it's a really serious game in some ways, but it's enjoyable as well. So this War of Mine, really nice one, and there's 2 expansions out as well that really lifts the game as well. There's so much stuff for this game now that it's crazy. I haven't tried all the modules. There's so many modules. You can have a dog and a cat, and you can have kids, which is really terrible as well. You have a little kid in that environment. And the game itself is really hard, but then they added like new things to it to make it harder, which is
I think I find the game a bit like the game is not that interesting.
The gameplay is fairly simple in some ways.
And
it's worker placement and
a lot of drawing, like
draw cards,
luck of the draw,
and roll some die, and
But it's when you open up the book, like you read here and you decide what you want to do and everything. That is
It's really thematic. So I think it's one of the most strong themes in a game I know. So
good choice.
All right, so let's head to number 8. Okay, so next up we go to something a bit more fantastic and in some ways fun. Fantastical. I don't know. Fantasy-astic. I don't know the word. We're sweet. I don't know. Spirit Island is my next one here, and it's it's fantasy. You're playing as spirits trying to defend an island from sort of the invaders, from the settlers of Catan, basically.
Is this new on your list, or was it?
No, it was on my top 10 last year as well.
Really?
Yeah. Really enjoyed this game. It's so good. And in this one, the theme is not that strong for me. I mean, the theme works for what it is, but the mechanism of the game is so amazing. It's sort of like it's hand management and combo wombo together, so that when I played it with you,
it's great.
You taught it to me, I think.
Yeah.
And it's like I play a card on my turn, and then I need to coordinate with my co-player or players to see, like, okay, if you play that card, then that means my card gets better.
Yeah.
So we need to coordinate together, which means this is the downside with the game. I don't want to play this game with 4 players.
No,
because it gets so complex.
I think it's perfect with 2 people.
Two is perfect, or solo for that matter as well. But the thing is, I played it solo a bunch with 2 characters, and I did a video as well of that with me and Drako, and that was I think that was the one video, the one playthrough that was most exhausting for me to make. And I heard like John Gets Games and heard other people say the same thing. It's the one game that they had such an issue with, because you need to plan everything ahead for 2 different characters and make them match together. Wow, it's tough, and it's really hard as well.
I mean, that is hard when you play with an actual person.
Yeah, with an actual person. Yeah. When you simulate it with Drako, he's good at complex games, but
there is a downside with the game. Like, you could theoretically like solve everything if you like spend enough time before doing anything in a given round.
Yeah,
you can like optimize everything.
Yeah, you know what's gonna happen, sort of.
Yeah, but like if you have 6-7 cards and you have 6-7 cards and
so
whatever.
I taught it at Lincoln this year. I taught it to 4 new players, which was kind of crazy late in the evening. I don't know why I agreed to that. But what I told them was that don't try to optimize everything, and don't even talk to each other on what cards you're gonna play. Just play and have the experience, and you might lose. You're probably gonna lose. The funny thing is, though, before I played this game, I heard it was so difficult, but I never lost it.
No,
I was won when I played.
It isn't. You have to play with the scenarios. And stuff to get it to be.
I played it with challenging this summer, and we played against the Swedes, I think it was, and we won that as well. But that was close, though.
Yeah,
and I think you lost with Keith, right?
Yeah, we lost once.
Yeah.
I haven't tried that game.
Oh, you haven't?
Yeah, I should.
Yeah, you should. It's so good. But we should. That's something we should do. I think the 3 of us could play it.
Yeah, probably.
Because both you and I know the game very well, and Mats is a smart guy, so
do you have it? You own it?
Yeah, with the expansion as well. I haven't played the expansion.
I haven't played it.
But I have the expansion, and I promised some people on Facebook that I was going to make a playthrough with the expansion. I haven't gotten around to do that yet, so sorry. Right. But at some point, I will do that. There's a pile of games that wants to be filmed. But yeah, that's how it is. Let's head over to Andreas and your number. What are we on?
8.
8.
Yeah. So my number 8 is a new game. I have to double check here again. I have my top.
He's so insecure.
Sure. So it's a game from 2007 that I played the first time this year.
Okay.
And
it's one of those boring Euros, right?
You actually you name dropped it earlier off cam. It's Race for the Galaxy.
Oh, it's okay. Yeah, that's okay game.
Yeah. Thank you.
I thought you were going to say 18XX something.
No. No trying game. So Race for the Galaxy.
Yeah, that's okay.
I played Roll for the Galaxy like a lot earlier.
It was on your list, right?
In 2016, Roll for the Galaxy was on the list, and for some reason I never tried out Race for the Galaxy because no one had it, I think, and I don't know, but suddenly like 4 or 5 people in our gaming group has it, Race for the Galaxy with expansions and everything, and it's really, really, really good. It's super fast paced. The expansions, I think you can do fine with the base game or just a single expansion. I played it a bunch on the mobile phone.
Oh yeah.
I think I played it too much on the mobile phone, so I uninstalled the app. It was the only way to stop playing it. I really enjoy the thing where you what are my opponents gonna do? Can I sort of lead? Can I?
Too much interaction for me.
But it's quite good at 2 as well, but it's best at 3, I think.
Okay. Yeah.
It's
I played the new one, the board game. What was it called?
New Frontiers.
New Frontiers, and I like that one more because that's a board game. It has really nice components and all that.
I think the game is too long. New Frontiers.
Really?
I rather play other games when it's 90 to 90 minutes long. Race for Galaxy is perfect length, 30 minutes.
I like that too.
New Frontiers?
No, both of them. But I think Race for the Galaxy was bit quicker in that set.
All right, so Mats, what is your number 8?
My number 8 is Seven Wonders Duel.
Okay, yeah.
So 2-player game.
Good choice.
I think it's easy to break out and easy to teach new players, and I think it's changing a lot in every game to game, and you can do all kinds of strategies, and plays in 20 to 30 minutes once you get the hang of it. So I think in that sense it's a great challenge.
And with the expansion.
With the expansion,
of
course. So, but
that's great.
Yeah. It was in your top 20, right?
Yeah, it was in top 10 last year.
Yeah.
So I think it's number 19. I just checked.
Okay.
So it's...
And you have it
11.
11,
So it just missed the top 10. It's been my number 3 at some point, I think.
Yeah.
I think I had number 4 last year.
It's mostly, so. I love the game just as much as I did that back then, but it's more crowded in the top 10. I played it recently with Martin, actually, and just sort of rediscovered it because I haven't played it in like a year. And we had such a good time. I was like, wow, this game is so good. I was amazed by it.
I have not played it this year. And,
and
that is the reason why it has dropped so much.
As I say, the interaction in that game, for such a small game, there's so much interaction going on that everything you do, you have to consider the other player as well. I think
I had some of you viewers commenting at some point recently, and also said like, well, you can play the Seven Wonders game as 2 players. There's like some mode for that.
Yeah.
Where you have a third that you control together somehow. But it's not the same still. I still like Seven Wonders Duel a lot more because you have those 3 ways you can win. And that makes for a like when I played with Martin just some weeks ago, he was really close on military, and I wasn't planning to do military, but I got forced to do it because I have to defend myself, and that messed up my science plans. So it's so good.
Yeah, but Seven Wonders Duel is a lot less luck dependent than the original game. You're very much in control, and if you find if you find yourself at the end of the game, like, all right, if this card, if I take this card and the 2 cards below underneath are one of the cards my opponent can win on, then you probably played a bad game. I think.
Yeah, you shouldn't.
You shouldn't end up there. So it's.
And the thing is, like this drafting, because I like drafting, like normal Seven drafting. That's like Draco's Adventure. It's about drafting. I love that. But I think I even like the open drafting more, like Nations or Seven Wonders Duel, where you draft you see what you can draft, and you got to be, because that creates the tension of, well, would you take that before I take it because I really need it? So the open draft, whatever we should call it. Yeah.
I really think you should play with expansion.
Oh yeah, really.
Because then you can change the initiative on the draft phase, which I think is good.
Yeah.
Should we then move on to number 7? So, my number 7 is dropped down 5 places from last year. So It was my number 2 last year.
Okay.
Maybe it's due to
what was your number?
To being played, but not as much because there's been so many other games coming out.
I don't remember what it is. I remember it's number 1.
That was it is GuGong.
Oh, okay.
GuGong, yeah. I'm looking forward to the expansion though, because I think that's gonna probably increase the. When you want to play it more, it's probably going to be in March or something.
Yeah, okay.
So it's going to be still a few months away. But I think it's a great worker placement game where you have those trading gifts and these kind of things. I think it's a fun mechanism that you have to plan. You have to save the proper cards to get the bonus of the additional workers and so on. So
worker placement? Maybe not.
Yeah, sort of.
Maybe it's a mix of action selection and worker placement. I don't know.
Yeah, it's not worker placement in the sense that you don't block any spaces.
No.
I often think about. Some people say that this and that game.
A lot of hand management in that game.
Yeah, maybe it's.
But the feeling is sort of you do this action, you go here, you do this action. So that's the same feeling as in a worker placement game. But then I can go there anyway. But you might put a card there that I actually want, so you might make the spot more attractive to me as well.
GuGong is in my top 35.
That's good.
I don't know where it is.
I had a very good call. Last time I played it, and I think probably that's why I dropped, because I got 0 points. Remember?
Yeah, I remember that. So it was
terrible.
That's really fun that you.
I think I got like a high, super high score, and you got 0 points.
Andreas messaged me. I was like, "Yeah, we were playing with Mats, and he got 0." I was like, "What?" How did he? At first, I didn't realize. I was like, "How can you do that?" But then I remembered, yeah, you can if you don't go up the palace.
It's actually not that hard.
You have to do something with the emperor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, you have to
something
visit the emperor in order to score. So
anyway, GuGong is my number
even
7.
and that's why it dropped for you.
That's why I dropped 5 pieces. No, just kidding. It's just
It's a great
some other great games still coming.
So my number 7 is a new game.
Oh, exciting! Oh.
Yeah, and it's a game that I probably I'm not sure if I'm gonna play it.
Do I like it?
live at any point in time. It's
But you're not sure if you're gonna what?
I have to.
I'm confused.
It's Through the Ages, a new story of civilization.
That's kind of cheating though, because you never played it in real life, right?
I have played it 3 times in real life.
You have?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like it's a few years ago, but I have played the app. I think I have done like 300 games or something. With app. I'm on paternity leave, so I have plenty of time when my kids are asleep to play games. So, I think it's excellent to play with AI. It's way too in your face, I think, to play with real people. But the game itself, it's very good.
I haven't played it, and I don't really feel like playing it either. But
I should.
Isn't it like a bit like it's not like Nations? Nations is based on that game, but
Yeah.
So I feel like I can play Nations instead and get the same experience of.
Perhaps.
Because you played both. So.
Yeah. I like this better.
Yeah, and you like the app, of course.
Yeah. So the mobile phone implementation is super good.
I've heard so much about it. You were gonna teach it to me last year when we went to Essen.
Yeah.
I was so tired. I was like, let's do that another time.
Yeah. So it's
and we played what was it, Carcassonne instead.
Yeah. But and the game just had an expansion.
Oh yeah, it did on Essen. Yeah.
Called New Wonders and Leaders or something, and it's also very very good.
I got like emails when I was at Essen. People asked me, "Oh, can go check out? Please film the expansion." People were so excited for it, so I did. I filmed it a little bit in one of those live streams, even though I didn't really was excited for it myself. But.
Yeah, I tried it too in the app.
I think it takes like 40-45 minutes
to
play.
But you can pause it, right?
Yeah, you can do, and you can play it online with other people as well, if you want to. But it's not my cup of tea to do that. I don't think so. So that was my number 7.
7. Okay, so I have to check now. Okay, so my number 7 is well, that's kind of funny because my number 7 is also a Civilization game.
Yeah,
but it's the best Civilization game out there. Sid Meier's Civilization from 2010.
That no one else has played.
That no one of these guys haven't played it, and I play it maybe once a year with Martin.
Have you played it this year?
No, I haven't played it this year.
There's still some days left.
Yeah, still some days left from
Christmas
here.
is coming.
It's still in that. And Martin, we've been talking about because Martin lost his job, which I'm very happy for because then he has time to play more games. So we were talking about maybe we could pull it off at some point there. But it's like 5 hours, maybe, or 2, 4, 5, 6 hours. There's so
2,
much
4,
fun.
5, 6.
I mean, it depends. It depends.
20
days, but it could be like 2 hours. If I just rush you and destroy your capital city, then I win quickly. But usually, me and Martin, we sit and just build our defenses like crazy, so nobody can win on military.
I think this is the 4th time I sit here and I listen to you ramble about this game I never played.
And every time you're like, "Well, he never plays the game. Why is it on his list? What's wrong with him?" Yeah. But at some point, I will play it. We could play it at some point.
Or we could play some other game.
Yeah. It's like for me. This is my train game. This is like
your train game.
Yeah, these people that meet up and they spend a whole day just playing a train game. Yeah. For me, Civilization, the board game, is like that. But it's so cool. You have like instead of the Nations is good, of course. Through the Ages, it's probably a good game if I got around to playing it. But in this one, you actually have like when you build your city, you have a little tile that is your docks that you place.
But you have a video of it, right?
I have a video of it. It's my most viewed video.
But it's
30-something thousand views.
It's quite old, right?
Yeah, it's quite old, and
maybe we should do a new one, and I can watch that, so I can understand.
You can watch the old one. I have this like sexy voice because I have like cold, so people obviously like that. But the thing with the game is that it's not that complicated. It's just that you do so many things, and that's why it takes so long because This is like you don't progress that much in each round.
All right.
So you have to play a lot of rounds, and there's no like set amount of rounds.
I think I asked this: is it similar to the PC game?
Yeah, this is the one that is most similar, I think,
Alright.
of all these civilization games. This feels
I do like the PC game.
Yeah, but I think you would enjoy this.
Sure.
You know, you can gather culture and gold and whatever. There's like different ways to win, which I like. Again, this whole civilization thing where I played it with Max and Patrick,
Mhm.
and then I think Max won on military, but it's quite rare. But he's really aggressive as a player. So
We should make a pact that we promise to play each other's games
in the top 10, yeah, we should do that. That's a good idea. Wow, I'm gonna change up my top 10 here so I get these guys to play some good games.
But I can get you to play Yahtzee finally.
Finally. So that's number 7, Civilization, the board game, and I think it will never leave my top 10 because it's so good.
All right.
And for number 6, we have a game that I think you guys have played. Well, I know that Andreas has played it a lot more than me, actually. And because you played with the expansion with your sisters and whatnot, and you played it a bunch.
Oh, okay.
So it's Robinson Crusoe. What's it called? Adventures on the Cursed Island, I think.
Yeah.
The title is. I think you played it more than I have. I played it mostly solo. And with Martin again, it's one of those co-op games that works. A lot of my games in the top 10 are solo games for me or playing with 2 people co-op. I realized that last year when we did this list that I had so many co-op games in my top 10.
I have Robinson Crusoe as number 16.
Okay, I saw that.
It's just outside top 10.
What I really like about the game is, well, I like several things, but one thing in particular that is so special is these event cards, and then you get these choices. So, we found some berries.
Yeah.
Do you want to eat them? If you do, then you have to tuck that card in the event deck, and when it comes up later on, it was bad berries, you get sick.
Yeah.
I just love that thing in that game, and I don't know if it exists in any other games really. That kind of such an amazing. I'm impressed by Ignacy Trevicek there for that Robinson game.
Wasn't it an expansion release this year?
It was Mystery Tales. It's called.
Yeah, a big one, right?
Yeah, I haven't gotten it because lack of time basically.
Have you played the Voyages of the Blue?
Oh, I haven't. I should
borrow mine.
Yeah, I should borrow yours. I really like the whole Darwin thing as well. I think we talked about this last year.
Yeah, probably.
As well. Let's skip that and go to your number. Where are we? 6, right?
Number 6. I have to double check here.
Yeah.
Sorry. Number 6 is a game that was number 12 last year, so outside the list. It's a game that I do not own.
Do I own it?
Not sure. It's Concordia.
Okay, I don't own it.
You don't own it.
He owns it. He keeps it for the whole
Concordia
game.
is one of the games that I don't own, but I really, really enjoy playing. Every time I have the opportunity to play it, it's awesome. And I played it twice, I think, in team mode now with the Concordia Venus.
Venus expansion.
It's
amazing.
That was amazing, actually.
So much fun. It's very rare to play games in teams, in board games.
Yeah. And we played 2 versus 2 versus 2. That was really cool.
Yeah, but it's very good at 2, like only 4 people, 2 versus 2 as well. It's very good. When you play Concordia in team mode, whenever I play a card, my teammate also do the same thing.
Yeah.
And then you have to and you can't communicate.
No.
So
you have to pick an action that you think is going to be good for both you.
Yeah, it's.
I really like the Venus cards as well, where you get to do one thing and your teammate gets to do something else.
Yeah, there are a few of
need to
those.
find the right time to play those.
And I really like games where I build stuff. Like I really like to build stuff, and in Concordia you can build a lot of stuff. But I have found out recently that you can't win any games by doing the building strategy. So I have to learn how to buy cards as well.
Concordia is one of those rare board games that I won a lot.
Yeah, that is rare.
It is really rare.
Extra.
I think I won against you. I won a bunch of times in that game. I don't know why. It just fits my mind for some reason.
Yeah, but it's on my list because it intrigues me so much every time I play it.
It's a good choice. I played it once in team mode and I think it was really nice.
Yeah.
But it's only one play, so
Yeah.
if I play it more, maybe I
probably
end up on mine too, because I like the core of it. So my number 6 is one of those games that are hard to pronounce.
Can you pronounce it in Danish?
Teotihuacan.
Yeah, there we go.
That's very good. Yeah.
Seat of Gods.
Yeah, great game, I think. Played it a bunch solo now as well, so I got the hang of the solo mechanism, which I think was a bit complicated. But
it looked. I was gonna make a solo playthrough, and I never did because it looked so.
No, and I think once you get hang of it, it's not taking up that much brain space either. Because that's the first times you played solo, I was like, well, this is too much because you have so much to think about on your own, and you have to think so much for the bot, which you don't actually have to do if you do it correct.
Okay.
But anyway, I think the variable setup, starting, everything is just great because every game is different. And I think with the new expansion now, I haven't gotten around to play that yet.
Me
so
neither.
maybe we should try to get that done.
Yeah, we should do that.
But I think it seems like a good add-on to a really good game from the beginning.
I think I played it only 5 times or something, so I haven't. I think it's top 50 or something for me. I think I enjoy Tzolk'in. You always compare.
Better, yeah.
You compare that game with Tzolk'in a lot of times. I think I still enjoy Tzolk'in better right now, but we'll see about the expansion.
Tzolk'in is really good. We should play that.
We should play that. Can we just get some additional hours on the day?
Oh yeah.
Can someone take care of my kids?
Drako can take care of
it.
In the basement, they can just put them down and they can keep them busy.
Right. Yeah. Okay, should we head over to
number 5?
Number 5.
Okay, so my number 5, it was on my list last year. It hasn't moved. It was my number 5 last year as well.
I don't know.
It's Endeavor, Age of Sails.
All right.
Played it a lot this year, even with the new expansion. So that's coming in January, I think, or something.
Yeah, it's really fun because we got in the beta testing of the expansion.
And that just made the game even better, I think. Yeah. But even considering without the expansion, since the expansion isn't released yet, I still think it's my number 5 game. I think it's...
Did we play that, the expansion?
You haven't played the expansion, no.
All right.
You played the base game only, so. But I think it's a great game, good interaction.
Yeah, it's great.
Fairly simple anyway, but still very strategic.
It's my number 15, and it's gonna stay there, I guess. It's really, what I really like about the game, especially is on 2 players when you play with like a third
blocking
player. Yeah. But it's like after I done my turn, he's gonna follow what I did, and I decide where he sails and where he occupies. So I can mess it up for you. It's a really cutthroat game in 2-player mode, but I really enjoy it.
Yeah, I think it's fine. It's a good game.
You weren't that impressed, right?
It's not in my top 60. And because I went top 60 because when I did my ranking, I took all the games that had a ranking of 8 or higher.
Oh, okay.
So I have 60 games roughly that are 8, and I think it's
not in there.
No, it's probably 7.5.
It's funny when we play so many games together. It's funny because there's always this.
I can play it anytime.
But there's like some games that we play together. We have a good time when we play. It's not that, but it doesn't really pop for one of us. It's like Brass Birmingham for me. I'm not interested in Brass Birmingham at all.
It's number 11 on my list.
Yeah, for me it's like 300 or something. Because I did a top 400. By the way.
Have you played 400 games?
Yeah, I played like 435 or something.
Nice.
And I took like top 400.
I think I played 350 or something, so I should...
Yeah. And I played a bunch of games after I made the list as well.
I could probably do a top 100 now.
Yeah?
Actually.
Nice.
Mats isn't that old.
No, so I'm old, but I haven't played game. I played 86 new games this year. So.
Oh, that's good. Oh.
Yeah, but it's a good choice. Yeah. But it's not top 10 material. Sorry.
Like me.
It's my turn?
Yeah.
Yes. Number 5. Number 5, I know it. It's a game from this year, and I played it. It's the game that I played the most this year.
Oh, I know what it is. Wingspan.
Wingspan, right. So Wingspan is my number 5. It's a game that I only play almost with my wife. 2-player game.
It's not good enough to play with more people.
I think it's 2. Maybe I can play with 3 people if everyone knows it. It has a good flow, but it's perfect for when you have it takes us roughly 40 minutes.
You really got into this.
Yeah, we have a cup of coffee and we play the game. It fits
your lifestyle. Or
Yeah, it's like we with 3 small kids, and so it's a game that we can fit in almost like even during lunchtime sometimes. So
I think I put it in my 15 spots.
yeah,
I think also it's one of the games I play the most, especially with family and wife and so. But it's a great game in that sense.
but it's like the game is like it's a lot of luck of the draw. Like you have to find the best cards. If you compare it to like Terraforming Mars, in Terraforming Mars you have the game is a lot longer and you will eventually find good cards. You won't ever find.
I don't like these. Like you can buy a card that lets you draw 2 bonus cards, and at the end of the game, it's like, oh yeah, I found the perfect one, or I didn't find one that fits at all, and that is so much luck involved.
Yeah, but I think that is a gamble for you. Like,
I don't like those.
You don't have to. Don't have to play that bird.
I'm so disappointed as well because I did a solo playthrough of this when it came out. I borrowed your copy. It was like early this year. And I went out and bought some candy eggs. And then at one point in the video, I talk about how the eggs look so delicious. And at one point, I just take one of them and just eat it in the video. And I was thinking that people were going to comment on that. And like,
no one did.
No one commented on it. So
either
no one has watched the playthrough that far, which could be the case. I hope not. Or I think it's just that people didn't realize that because I'm not in picture, so they don't realize that I actually ate it.
But I just got expansion.
European,
and it complicates the game a bit more. It has these new birds have end of round powers and stuff, and it could be very.
I think it increased the interaction between players because you have to consider now: do I really want to play this card now? Because you will benefit from it, or this kind of thing. So
that's my number 5.
All right.
Good choice.
So my number 5 is it's so weird that this is number 5 because it's so good. But it's crowded there. But my number 5 is the Seventh Continent, and Seventh Continent is one of those games that I haven't played I played most of the base game. I haven't played the expansion all through yet. And I haven't made my Season 2 solo playthrough series that I planned either. And that's coming up. Martin has painted all the miniatures now. Small miniatures. They look awesome. So that's coming up on the channel at some point. I've been saying this a while. But yeah, Seven Continents is so good. It's like, I think I described it earlier. I think maybe I described it like this earlier on camera. I'm not sure. But it's like when I was a kid. And I remember some games, like computer games or Nintendo or PlayStation, when when the first time I played an open world, like a sandbox game, and you can go anywhere you want, you can do whatever you want, and I think maybe Morrowind, perhaps some of the Elder Scrolls games, or Fallout, and this is the same thing sort of, but in a board game. I can go anywhere I want, but I need to eat and I need to rest and I need to find somewhere to hunt and fish and stay alive and make a camp, and it's so cool and so much things happening. Wow, I mean, you can't really talk about it too much because you can spoil things.
Yeah, I'm still on the first scenario. I haven't played it since we moved, and it was a year ago. But we haven't had much time.
It's so cool.
It's number 20 on my list because it's very, very good. I played with my wife.
It's so amazing. I mean, this new expansion, I have this one actually up here. Martin, let's see if you can see this. Martin painted this little hot air balloon. So this is cardboard, but then the basket is there,
nice,
really nicely painted. So and I have all the stuff ready. So I'm just about.
I have that as well. Not painted though. I have like 8 boxes or something like small. It's still in shrink wrap.
That's so cool. And the thing is with all these expansions is that you're just supposed to just mix everything in. You're not supposed to go one by one. You mix everything in, and then it might happen because there's so many cards. It's like over 2,000 cards by now.
Yeah, all right.
So. These worms that can come up from the ground, Martin painted those amazingly as well, and they might not show up.
Worms?
Yeah, there's like worms coming up from the ground.
I haven't seen
it's in one of those boxes. It's like worms minis.
Okay.
Yeah, it's such a cool game, and these days you can actually. They said that it was only going to be for Kickstarter, but they are releasing a retail version that you can get from their website, so you can get Seven Continent.
Of course, there is a demand.
All right, so that was number 5, right?
Yeah, number 5.
Now let's head to number 4. Okay, so number 4 time. It's getting really hot up here in the top. And my number 4 is one of those games again that I started thinking about it, and it's so good. I get so excited. I want to play it right now, but I really can't. Well, it's down here. It weighs like 10 kilos. It's called Gloomhaven. It's a super big box. And it's such a good game. It's so amazing. I played it solo only. I never played the multiplayer, so we could try out the scenario. There's like these random scenarios. It's such a good with this. It's dungeon crawl, it's grid movement, which is not two things that gets me excited normally, but the hand management and the cards with the effects. You play 2 cards and you do the bottom action of one and the top action of one. And that's one of those games where I play with 3 characters when I play solo. And you're supposed to, when you play solo, raise the difficulty level or the level of the monsters by 1, because when we play together, I don't know exactly what you guys have chosen, so that makes it harder. But when I play solo, in theory, I know what all the 3 characters will do, so that makes it easier, and that's why you should raise the difficulty level. But for me, I don't need to, because when I start with one of the characters and decide what he or she is going to do, when I get to the 3rd one, I forgot totally what the first one was going to do, because it's so complicated. Right. It's so complex with all these choices. It's a bit like Spirit Island. Reminds me a lot in the hand management of that game. And then it's so good. And I played a bunch this year on Steam. It's out on Steam now, but it's not the actual game. They made it's like in development. It's alpha or beta, whatever it is. And so they made sort of a campaign mode where you go around on random campaign encounters. It's not as fun, but in 6 months or so, they're going to release the full game, and then we're going to get the actual campaign from the board game. And then I'm going to start up my Twitch again, because that's why I started Twitch this year, because I was going to play Gloomhaven. But then I didn't get caught that much because of the setup. And once we get the actual scenario and the actual story campaign, then I'm going to play it, I guess, 100 hours on Twitch. So
I guess I might try it when it comes fully the full game on
and it's actually
Steam.
It's exactly the same game as the board game, which is really good. It's not like they haven't changed anything really. And they released a new hero recently, or a mercenary, the Mind Thief. So I am going to do a live stream here over Christmas for the digital game again.
Maybe something we can do together and play together in the Steam.
Yeah, at some point they will release so you can play with other people as well. Right now you can only play solo on Steam.
Have you played it?
Yeah, I tried it. Like you said, I bought the game and I sold it because I think it was just too much to bring out.
To handle.
And then I heard because they're going to release it on digital platforms. So okay, then I get it there, and I got it and I played it maybe 10-15 hours, and I like it. But it's just, I think one thing, I think it would be more fun if you actually do it together.
Yeah. Okay. And I'm so impressed by. I'm just gonna say this. I'm so impressed by the development team for the digital game. Because one of the developers came onto my live stream and had a chat in the chat, and he was asking oh, do you like it, and what should we improve and so on. They're so active with the community and things that I complained about, because I played it a lot when it came out in July, I think, and it was things that I complained about and that other people complained about as well, of course, not just me, but they changed that in the next patch. So they really listen to the community, which is something not a lot of Steam alpha games do that. So
that's good.
Yeah, and I have to mention there has been a follow-up announced. Frosthaven, which is wow, I don't know. But the thing is, it's coming. It's like insta back for me. So I'm gonna back it, of course, in March. I think it is when it comes on Kickstarter. But then, thankfully, it's gonna be like a year before it actually shows up at my doorstep. So I have time to maybe finish Gloomhaven. You don't have to finish it.
But wasn't there an expansion as last year?
Yeah, but the expansion, I talked to the designer about. But the expansion, you have to finish the base game first, which is crazy because it's like 100 hours.
Because I saw another friend who just started playing it now. So.
That's such a good game. Well, anyway, that was my number 4.
So my number 4.
Can you top that?
My number 4 is a cooperative game. It has been number 2 last year. So it's Pandemic, or all the Pandemic games, but we can say the base game, like vanilla Pandemic, with maybe an expansion if you want to do to increase the difficulty. But it's I've spent so many hours playing Pandemic, so it has to be on my list still. I actually played it a month ago with my wife. Let's play a game, and we chose Pandemic. It was great fun. Yeah. So.
And the legacy games, of course.
Yeah, the season 1 was amazing, and season 2 is amazing, but we haven't finished it because I play it with two of my sisters, and they have been unavailable for quite some time right now. So we're figuring if we should play it by ourselves.
Yeah, I think
now.
you should, so you get to finish it.
Yeah,
I only played the Legacy Season 2, but I watched Dice Towers Season 1 all the way through, and I think Season 2 is better in some ways.
I haven't played Season 1. I only played the vanilla game.
Alright.
So I haven't played any of the seasons yet, so I would love to
you should
do that actually.
Yeah, you have to get at least one other person to play.
Season 3 comes next year.
Yeah.
And it's going to be like wrapping up. It's going to be a trilogy. So
yeah, cool. Sounds nice.
Maybe we can play that together.
Yeah, that sounds great.
I need to play 1, 2 first.
No, you don't really, but...
Okay.
Yeah.
Would
it's like independent.
Yeah. Yeah, that was my number 4. Okay.
Yeah.
Pandemic.
My number 4?
Series.
I think it was my number 3 last year, so a little bit of movement up. I think it's the best 2-play game that I know of. At least Star Wars Rebellion.
Oh.
Haven't played it.
Star Wars, what's not to like? The game itself, the marriage between the mechanisms in the game and the theme. I think it's great. I'm going to play it on Saturday with Keith. Looking forward to that.
Which side do you prefer?
I only played Rebel so far.
Oh, okay.
So I have never played Imperial side.
Imperial,
so I'm looking forward to that. Actually, it would be fun.
Yeah, the Empire side is more fun, I think, because that's the deduction. You need to figure out where the hidden rebel base is. And I just sold mine, but it's because, I mean, who should I play with that doesn't have it? Like, it's Keith and Max, and they both have it, so there's no reason for me to have it.
I have it too. So
yeah, you have it too.
Yeah,
okay,
so
then
that's good.
Yeah.
No, but I like it. It's a great game, I think, in so many ways.
Really good.
Okay, now we're on to number 3. And this is going to be exciting. Let's see what happens here. What do you think about my new number 3? Because this is new on my list.
Oh, okay.
And I think
from this
you,
year?
Andreas, you had it right outside your top 10 games.
All right. Okay.
So it's Brass Birmingham.
Good choice.
I love it. I think it's wow. It's a very tricky game. It can be so punishing in so many ways if you don't consider what's happening on the board. Keeps you on your toes, and you can get stuck in thinking about things for so long afterwards in the game. I should have done this instead of that, and I think that's a game that actually I think it's great because it gets you thinking a lot afterwards. So
it's one of those games. There are not many games that have this reset halfway through, and you can play like fast strategy to do lots of stuff in the first era, or prepare to do a big push in the second one, or do something in between. It's great.
And like you say, the stress before you change the era.
Yeah.
And I have to open this and these things, so you stay on the board. Otherwise, it will be removed. And it's great. I like it. So it's
I had a good. Only played once with Andreas and his wife, and I had a good time. But it was 90% of the good time was you guys.
Yeah.
And 10% was the game.
Yeah.
We could have.
The game wasn't bad.
It's not bad. I can't say that game is bad because it's really well
okay.
designed. It looks amazing. But for some reason it just doesn't stick with me. It's the same like Power Grid dropped out of my top 100 this year because I just realized I don't like that kind of games anymore. I used to like calculating, and it's not my thing. I want to have orcs running around in the forest swinging axes and all that stuff.
Sometimes.
Yeah.
It's when I think about the game, it's like it has this tension of the player order.
You love that player order thing.
I think that is the best thing about the game.
That's the good thing about the game for me. Yeah, it was cool.
Yeah, so
whoever spend the least money
in a round gets to go first in the following round, and that is
That's so funny when you are at the end and you can plan. Okay,
funny?
I'm
not sure if it's funny.
Yeah, but it is, because then you can plan. So I'm gonna do a double move now.
Yeah.
So I can actually
go last and then go first.
Yeah. So I can do that. But
it's a good choice. It's number 11 on my list.
Yeah. So my number 3.
What's your number 3?
My number 3, I have to look it up here.
He doesn't know the list at all.
I know some parts of it.
He actually has a blank paper that was just making something up.
So my number 3 was number 4 last year.
I have no idea.
The Voyages of Marco Polo.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I think it's a game.
A camel game.
It's the best game with dice. It's a worker placement with,
I thought that was
with
Yahtzee.
dice. Yeah, no.
It's my favorite games with camels.
With camels, yeah. It's one of those games that is, I don't know, it's... You have so few resources all the time. You have to really try to...
Yeah.
It feels impossible to do things in the game early. But, yeah, it's really good. I played the expansion, whatever it's called, Venice or something, and which adds another board to the left, so you can do stuff in Venice. I think it opens up the game a little bit.
Okay.
Makes it a little bit easier, probably.
Oh.
And you have a couple of new actions as well.
Might be something for me then.
Yeah,
It's a really brain burner for me.
Yeah, we should play it. And the best thing about the game, we should say that the best thing about the game is the asymmetric characters.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah, that's really good.
like, at the start of every round, you roll a bunch of dice and you can do stuff with them. One of the characters never rolls the die.
Yeah.
Just flip,
Choose the side.
choose the side whenever you should play the dice. Like, game breaking, yeah. And then you have...
all the powers are game breaking.
Yeah, and all of them are. So...
And there's a Marco Polo 2 out now. It was released at Essen.
Yeah, I've
checked it out a
heard
bit.
mixed reviews of it.
I know Tom Vassell really loved it.
Yeah, but it's like if you have version 1, maybe you don't need it. But if you don't know about version 1, then you can buy the number 2.
I want to play it.
And apparently you can mix them a little bit. You can use some character, not all of them, but
It
you
looks
can
really
characters.
same, but obviously it's not that same. It looks like the same game.
What I've heard, it's supposed to be easier to travel. So one of the things you do in Marco Polo is you travel around...
like he did.
Yeah. Using camels, like he did.
Makes sense.
And coins, or whatever.
Yeah, that's exactly what Marco Polo did.
Yeah, but it's what I've heard, it's easier to travel, and yeah, we'll see. But and it has a wild resource.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
Jades or something.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so... But that is my number 3.
Okay, interesting. I haven't played it, so...
Yeah, we should.
We're gonna play all the top 10 games at some point.
And we said that last year as well.
Yeah, we did. Don't get that many kids. You gotta slow down on the.
No, it's over now.
All right, so
you got that on camera now.
So my number 3 was my number 1 earlier on. It's an awesome game. It's called Gaia Project, and it's sort of it's Terra Mystica, but in space. I've been talking so much about this game, and I made like run-throughs with Drako and
it's
solo
excellent,
playthroughs.
but it's not in my top 20.
It's so terrible, we played the beta together, and Andreas has his name on the box, just as I have. And he just, he's such a... What's it called?
I think I won last...
Backstabber?
I think I won our last game.
Yeah, I think you did.
I like it.
Yeah, you do. I mean, I don't know why you don't have
I like it too. It's dropped down to my number 12 this year for me, but it's due to not playing it more than being... It's just that I've been playing more other games, so they pop up before, in that sense.
I think it is just like Terra Mystica. It's one of the games, those games that I have to, like, sit down at a table where everything is set up to get me to do...
Once you sit there, you enjoy it.
Yeah,
and
I love it. But it's I don't know how to explain, but it's like it's not approachable really.
I love everything about that game. There's nothing in it that I often. As I've been saying on my top 100, I like this game, but this thing here is not that great. But I mean, obviously that's why it's my number 3. So, well, yeah. Then let's head to number 2, shall we?
Yep.
So, number 2 time, and I'm gonna start here, and this is gonna be a bit of a shocker to some people, I guess. But my number 2 is called Terraforming Mars. It dropped down from the number 1 spot, and it did it earlier as well when Gaia Project showed up, and something else showed up now, so it pushed it down.
So you don't have to talk about that. I wonder what your number 1 is now. All right, let's talk about that.
Yeah, I think a lot of people wonder, what is number 1 then? But Terraforming Mars is a great game. I mean, it's not a bad game in number 2. No. But it's just that the swings up and down. Turmoil came out, the new expansion this year. In my opinion, I think one of the weaker expansions. I'm not that big of a fan of it in some ways. In solo, it's really fun, but it lengthens the game so much, and that's it's not like they didn't announce it. They said this is the expert expansion, so. I enjoy it in some ways.
I enjoy it too, but I play mainly with It's 2 persons.
Yeah.
And then I don't think it adds that much to the game. Where you're playing like 3 and 4, then I see.
I think it was the same for colonies, really.
Yeah.
Like colonies is also really good on like 4 people because there's so much happening. But let's not talk too much about it because I think it might be coming on other people's lists here. So let's see what Andreas has as his number 2.
My number 2 is
Terraforming Mars? No,
it's not Terraforming Mars. So it's a game called Great Western Trail.
Oh. It's number 2.
It's number 2.
That's a shocker. Why? Come on.
Why?
Number 2?
Yeah, it's
wow.
It's excellent. It's excellent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, then after we're done here recording, we're gonna play Maracaibo. So then we're gonna allow that one.
Yeah.
Because that's better than Great Western Trail. So,
so you say?
Great Western Trail is my number 25 now.
Your number 25. Yeah.
Which is still good. It's not
still,
bad in 400 games. But
yeah, Great Western Trail has almost everything.
Cows.
Yeah, cows.
Deck building, small building stuff. You like building stuff.
Point-to-point movement.
Yeah, you like that. And rondelle, sort of. A rondelle you go around. And you can be like an annoying person and run fast with the horse, and you can,
It's, yeah.
First time we played this, Andreas got like 130 points.
No, more, but...
No.
I understand that you like it, because it fits you perfectly. It's like a little bit of farming, sort of, with the cows, and then you can build stuff.
But it has an excellent decision space. Like everything you do is important.
I agree.
A single bad move and you'll be behind the rest of the players, and you can't say that for every game.
Nope.
So it's
I mean, I love it.
Yeah.
Well.
So the expansion.
The expansion is really good. Railways to the north.
Yeah. I like games that offers a lot of variability, so I think the expansion is excellent. I know people who says that it makes the game a bit too much random and stuff, and makes it worse. But
no, it's great.
I don't know. I've played the expansion maybe 5-6 times or something, so I think it's excellent. So
now I got even more excited to play Maracaibo with you guys and see what you're talking about.
So,
and both of those games have gone up for me because Alexander Pfister tweeted me yesterday. So that's like cool. So that's how you get me to like games. It's like just
tweet
designers just send me a mail.
But it's number 2. It was number 3 last year. So
I totally forgotten about that. It was this high for you, so it was a shocker for me. But okay.
What?
So number 2 for you, or is it Terraforming Mars?
My number 2 is Terraforming Mars.
It is! Whoa, we're 2 people that has Terraforming Mars at number 2. There's only one Swedish fanboy left.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Maybe it's dropped down to
like below 60.
60.
Probably.
No, I guess to say I think it's a great game, Terraforming Mars. It's the one I play the most, but I have a new number 1.
What the beep is your number 1 then?
You're about to find out, because we're heading into number 1.
So, number 1. Number 1 is up, and as a little honorable shout out to one of my favorite YouTube channels, The Dice Tower, we are going to roll a die to see who gets to go first. Or who gets to decide the order, as that's what they always do. So, let's roll it up and we'll see what we get. We're like Eurogamers, we're not really a 9. A 1! Andreas is not good at rolling dice. That's
I got it.
Okay, so I have a 9. Okay, so I decide.
But you have a D20, so I only have a D8.
Oh, no, it's the same.
Okay.
It's the same, yeah.
Maybe I'm getting old, I see.
Yeah. You need your glasses.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's start with Mats. Let's keep the order. I want to go last.
You want to go last? That's fine. Okay, my number 1 has been mentioned today already.
Okay, it's a crossover.
It's a crossover.
With who?
With Andreas number 2. So, Great Western Trail is my number 1.
That's a good choice.
That's kind of weird. Do you like it that much? Okay. I didn't know that. I mean, I never played it with you, I think.
No, we haven't played it. I played it a lot, and I think
I know you.
I also found the solo mode from the board game geek. It's actually quite nice.
It's a solo mode.
Yeah, there's 3. You made like an Atoma
fan made, right?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Fan made, and it's actually when you change the difficulty levels, it actually reflects in the game.
Okay.
So it moves faster, and you have less time to basically do what you want to do.
Okay.
So it's.
So do the Atoma have like a pawn that is moving around on the map?
Yep.
Okay.
So it takes actions or blocking and just speeding up the game.
I should try that at some point.
You need to add some dice to the solo mode, because sometimes you have to make a decision, and then I don't think it's okay. Because then I rather just
randomize it.
Roll them in the dice instead. So see who.
Cool.
But I think Great West. I think it ticks all the boxes in a great game. I think.
Wow, it's like the game of the year here now.
Yeah, and
Number
I
one
prefer.
and number two.
I can play either with or without the expansion. I think the game in itself it's great as it is. So the expansion adds one more level that is not necessary, but it's a good one. So if you understand what I'm saying there, because I think you don't need it.
Yeah, you don't need it.
But it adds something to it.
So like last year was Terraforming Mars on all number one slots. Yeah. So of course Terraforming Mars is still the game I think totally between us.
This is the highest.
It's the highest, yeah. Because Andreas is about to say he's number one, and we all know what it is.
I have to check it.
Yeah, he has to check. So yeah.
Of course,
might be.
If it's not, I'm gonna flip the table.
All right.
Yahtzee.
Yeah. All right. It's my turn. Yeah. Oh, that was a nice segue. Thank you. I didn't pick up on that. All right. So my number one is.
You don't need to check.
Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
But the Great West Trail is just behind it. It has come closer, but I still think Terraforming Mars is the best game out there. And I really enjoy Turmoil. I don't think I want to play all the expansions at once. It takes.
You like Prelude and Turmoil? Or?
Prelude and Turmoil is great, or mixing in either Venus or colonies.
I like it with everything. It's just that it takes a longer time and all that, but I like it. So, yeah. So and I mean, you just organized the Swedish Championship in Terraforming Mars. Yeah, just a couple of weeks ago. Yeah. So it was 62 people showed up, and we played Terraforming Mars during the whole day.
It's great.
Yeah, it was a really fun day. Yeah.
How did you finish, Josef?
Well, the thing is, I finished. I only played 2 instead of 3 games because I was commenting in the third game, and I think I still beat you, Matt.
No, you didn't.
I think so in points, yeah. Because I won 1 game and I came last in the 1 game.
Yeah, I won 1, I came second, and I came last.
Oh, okay, yeah, so, then you beat me. Okay, but you played 3, so. Yeah. And the thing is, me and Mats, we decided beforehand that we were going to fight over the last place. And then he just let me down and won the first game.
I failed miserably.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
It was great. I was in the studio.
Yeah, you commented for Twitch.
4 games in 1 day of Terraforming Mars. Crazy.
And it's not on Twitch now, right?
No, because due to some technical errors from our side, the game was not. No VOD is available, but maybe we'll do it again. Yeah. Maybe do it better.
Next year, I'm not gonna participate. As a player.
I would like to participate because I think I could have a.
Yeah, you could take it.
You should
because I don't really. I love Terraforming Mars.
I'll take your space next year.
Yeah, but I don't like competing in it. No, I didn't like the competing part.
I'm not sure if it fits for.
No, it's not really a tournament game in my opinion. But
it's fun to play that many games with that, and I love the
I would love to play
timer
3
app.
games.
I think that's really good even playing normally because I just increases the speed.
Yeah,
a
we
little
developed
bit.
an app to.
So I think in that sense, I think it was really fun to playing with people that you normally don't play with.
Oh yeah,
that was good fun. So I like the format. I didn't do it to compete, so I just.
I can really recommend. Can you search for the app now?
Yeah, but I'm not sure if you can find it yet.
Try to search for Board Game Timer because it's a really good app to play.
Do some link. Click here. Click.
Oh yeah, I can do a link down in the description.
Here.
Because the app Andreas made is really good for not just for Terraforming Mars. You can use it for other games as well. I really enjoyed it, and I really enjoyed it because I had an issue with Terraforming Mars ever since it came out. And it's this because you can do 1 or 2 actions, and that means that I don't really know if you're finished. So I always have to ask, are you done? Or are you passing? And so it just drags the game out. It's such an unnecessary
it's my
time.
turn. Oh, it's my turn.
Yeah, it's so annoying. So with this app, it's like, now it's red player, now it's yellow player. It's so easy for everyone to see.
So, but talking about the game, great game. Not sure what will happen in the future if there are more content to come, but the dice game is coming.
Yeah, the dice game is coming. You can check that out on the channel.
Yeah, we played it a few times. It's promising. We'll see.
Yeah, we played the prototype in different stages as well. Yeah, I'm excited for that. Yeah. I like dice games in that, sort of.
But this is my number 1. It's still number 1. We'll see.
Yeah. I think there's nuances between 1, 2.
Yeah,
I think it's could be 1-1 or 2-2.
Yeah. Not for me.
Okay,
my number 1 is really my number 1.
Okay, let's hear it. Let's spill your number 1.
Everybody, Matt is gonna table flip now. But my number one is a game that I played over 600 times since it came out a year ago. It's called Keyforge. And there's no other game I could play this much and enjoy it so much. I played it today.
Should we go? Oh, I thought it was a board game. No.
And the thing is, I play mostly online, mostly digital, but it's not because I want to. I prefer it a lot more in physical form.
I think it's that good.
Yeah, it's so good. It's so amazing. Like by now, I know all the cards and I know all the combos. I'm trying to find the combos. There's so much meta going on now, because I play like an online tournament or like a league mode as well.
You're in the Premier League.
I'm in the Premier League. I'm in the highest one. I've moved up during this year. I played like 4 seasons, but now it's going not so good. I have won the first 2 and then I lost the last 2, and so there's so much strategy going on in like decks meeting each other and what is strong against what. And we just had a 3rd set coming out. So a year ago, the Call of the Archons came out with the base game, and then we had Age of Ascension in May, and now in November we're at Essen. Actually, I got my first deck of Worlds Collide, which is just right there actually, and and Worlds Collide. I both like it and don't like it, because they introduced 2 new houses. So there's 7 houses because they removed 2 of the old ones temporarily. Mm-hmm. So the 2 new houses, one of them is the sort of Star Trek, basically. There's like this alliance of different aliens and races and stuff called Star Alliance. And I love them. They're just my play style, drawing a lot of cards, archiving, cycling. Wow, so much combo wombo, so it's crazy. It's so amazing. I just got a new favorite card, which is the Book of IE Cube, which means that it's an artifact, and on my turn, I play Star Alliance, and when I'm done with all my guys out there, I use the book. I look at the top card of my deck, and if it's another house, not Star Alliance, then I switch house in mid-game. Mm-hmm. So then I get to play the other house as well, which is crazy. I won a lot with this deck. It's so cool. But the other house, the new house, is dinosaurs in Rome, just like, philosophers and so on. It just makes sense. And they're in space fighting the other ones, I don't know. And I like them in a way, but they are so overpowered. I met a few of them now that it's just silly. It's like I can't stand a chance against them. So, yeah.
It's too bad.
Keyforge is a wonderful game.
Yeah, I played it once with
me.
Yeah, no, we played it. I liked the game. It's just that
Well, it's a 2-player game only. That's maybe a disadvantage with it, but
I think I like it. It's fun to play, but it's just that I haven't played it since we played it last time.
And then you played Destrovac, which is one of my best. It's my best deck really. It's been doing really good. Yeah. And that's the thing. You get like almost because if you don't know Keyforge, I'm not going to explain it all, but it's like all the decks are unique, and they all have a name and a Archon picture on them. So like Destrovac, I have a relationship with Destrovac because I have so many memories together with this deck, and I know like when I pulled off a combo or when I did not pull off the combo, and I have my Madame, which is my favorite deck, and
What?
Madame
Hammercanny
something. I brought her. I see it as her. I brought her to Lincoln and played the tournament there, and I came in 2nd place, and it was so much fun. And yeah, I love that game, and I love that there's no. It's just a perfect for me. It's all about combo bombos all the time. Yeah. That's the whole game. And there's no, you never remove a card. You never put in a card. It's a set deck. And so all the stuff that I didn't like with TCGs and CCGs, with all this like, I gotta find this card, or I got my booster packs. All that's gone. I just have a deck. It's just so cool.
That's good. That's a good concept. I think.
So yeah, love Keyforge. And yeah, that was the list.
Yeah, that was the list.
A bit surprising, I think, in several ways. I didn't expect you to not have Terraforming Mars as number 1. And I think a lot of people didn't expect me to drop from Terraforming Mars either. But again, number 2 is not bad. That's the thing.
No, but then now that I know that you play a lot of Keyforge, so I know that you probably had that game pretty high.
I played 200 games live this year.
So I think it was more fun this year because we had different number 1s.
Yeah.
Because last year everybody had Terraforming Mars.
Yeah.
Number 1, so I think that's fun. So.
And I like it's fun to see the development as well from year to year, how things change. And yeah, thank you so much for watching. It's been a really fun doing this top 100 and doing this top 10 with the guys here. And in just a few days, there's going to be a top 10 2019. So you're going to see my favorite 10 games of 2019. So
I know number one.
Well. Yeah, you know number one. I think a lot of people can guess my number one. But we'll talk more about that when that shows up. So thank you so much for watching. And have a great evening, morning, whenever you're watching. And Merry Christmas.
Yeah. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.